yeah, whatever, mom and dad. I'm like, no, seriously, it's working. We feel good. So we're working on her though.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, very good. Well, thanks for hopping on, guys. We got what, 6 people. We have a couple more minutes and then we'll give them a few minutes. So
Cool.
I'm just going to send out a text. How is everybody? Hi, Connie. Hi, Jackie. Steph, she's twice. So, oh, Steve, you could be my customer. Would you want to be my guinea pig for tonight?
Sure.
Okay. So what I'm going to have you do is I'm going to mimic our sales call when you first got enrolled.
Okay.
And then I want you to throw objections at me. And I'll give you some objections. I want you to explain concern about the cost.
Yep.
And I want you to explain concern about the sugar.
Okay.
And I want you to explain concern about, I'm trying to think of every single
Taste
objection.
options.
Yeah, that you only eat whole foods.
Okay.
Fruits and veggies. And then
that you like to chew.
Yeah, that you like to chew. That's a good one. Jackie. That's awesome. Yeah, you like to chew. You miss chewing.
Yeah.
That's awesome. A lot of these objections I don't get because I address them in my sales presentation. And when you address them before they bring them up, they never come up. And if you address them in the sales presentation and they don't enroll with you on that call, you've armored them up with knowledge so that if they go do search the internet and get false information, they already are going to know. They see, oh no, she told me it was 1/2 an apple. That it doesn't have too much sugar. Or, oh no, she told me there's no gluten in their products. We only have one product, by the way, that does have gluten, and that's the Slim Cakes, but nothing else has gluten. So you can, and then I've read, and most of the negativity out there all of the negativity out on the internet, there isn't one factual thing that I found that is actually true. So, hey, that is a testament to how good our products are. But what happens is you have people making comments about our products who have not educated themselves. They have no idea. They think our shake is like a slim, fast shake you get in the market. They have no idea. So, and they never check. They just assume that it's some crappy diet shake, and that's not even what we are. Right? So I always tell them, I go, hey, this is not a diet. So let's see, let's give 3 more minutes. I'm just going to send out a notice.
This all the mushy stuff.
Okay. All right, guys. Well, we'll just go ahead and start. Stephanie, I guess, are you there? Well, she's there. She's recording, so hopefully she'll
I'm here, babe.
Okay.
Okay.
I didn't know if you wanted to start or you just want me to jump into it or.
No, I can certainly start you. Oh my gosh, everybody, this is Kimberly Pennie, who is like the most amazing person at calls and talking to people and going through the program. I watched her in action a few weeks ago and I was just absolutely amazed. So she has graciously allowed us to listen into a call with her tonight to go over details on, on, on how she talks to people. The questions that she asks are very detailed. It's get your pens and paper out because she's going to show you exactly how to do a call that all of you are going to be like, oh my gosh, I want to be like Kimberly. I want to do what she does. So she's going to give you that information. Here you go, Kimberly. Thank you so much for doing tonight.
My goodness, that was quite the introduction.
So true. So true.
I feel pressure. I better live up to it. Okay, well, thank you, Stephanie. So what I thought, because I didn't want to put a customer in an uncomfortable position, I'm going to have Steve, who is newly, well, he's been on Isogenics a little over 4 weeks. He has dropped 18 pounds. Woo! Yay, Steve. So I'm going to have him pretend that he is my customer, and we're just going to do a sales call. And none of my calls are all that similar, because I let the education of the questions that I ask dictate what I say later. But there are a few similarities that I never veer from when I'm talking to someone. I never ever veer from. And I only lead with the value pack, and I only have, most of all my enrollments are value packs. And I don't say that to brag, but I say that because if you start with the value pack and you talk about the value pack, then that's what you're going to enroll on, is the value pack. I don't even talk about the other packs. They don't exist to me unless the person absolutely cannot do the value pack. Then we talk about the other options, okay? And I don't jump, a lot of people jump too quickly talking about the other options, and it ruins their, from the person enrolling on the value pack. The reason why we want them in the value pack has a higher retention rate, a better experience. They're going to have more success. It's a win-win for both parties. So it isn't about commissions or anything like that. It's like, how can you take somebody, put them on the isogenic system, give them the best foot forward, and make them feel amazing? And that is the value pack. And so, Steve, can you unmute yourself?
Yep, absolutely.
Okay, so thanks so much for getting on the call with me tonight, Steve. I really appreciate it.
Oh, you're welcome. Thanks for taking the time to meet with me.
Yeah, no worries. Tell me, what are some of your health goals?
Well, I think for me, the goal first is to lose weight, right? So I want to lose a little bit of weight. I travel a lot for work, and so I feel like I'm always tired. And then it's easy just to eat the junk food, the fast food as I travel. And so for me, I'd love to feel a little bit healthier. And so I think part of it's losing weight. So that's probably my main goal.
Okay, very good. How much weight would you like to lose?
I would like to lose about 100 pounds.
Okay. No problem. We actually have a 100-pound club, a 200-pound club, a 300-pound club. I even know someone that lost 450 pounds on Isogenics.
Oh, wow.
And I think why this is so successful is because this is not a diet. So most diets, you're restricting calories, but you're doing that to people who are already desperately nutrition deprived. They're struggling already. And that's why they have these wild food cravings. And our system works because we're actually working to fix your nutritional deficiencies. So now those food cravings get under control, and now you have a shot at being successful and being more successful.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this. Steve, do you have any food allergies or anything?
I don't know. I don't have any food allergies.
No? And are you currently on any medications?
I'm not. No.
No? And how old are you?
I am 41.
41. 41 years young. Well, I'm 51, so I have you beat by 10 years.
10 years experience. That's right.
Well, definitely this system's been amazing for me, and I've been able to lose 48 pounds. I feel amazing, and I'm actually hypothyroid menopausal, which it takes an act of God for us to lose weight. But I used to get up all hours of the night. I wasn't sleeping well. I had no energy. I too, like you, had craved junk food and all the bad stuff.
Yep.
And I later learned, like, when our gut biome gets off, we will have bad food cravings because it wants fed. And so this system has pre and probiotics in it, which helps to normalize our gut flora and help us to lose weight. So it's really addressing weight loss from all angles. But what I'd like to do, if it's okay with you, I would like to kind of walk you through what a shake day is and what a cleanse day is, because most of your days on the system are going to be shake days. And then
Okay.
you're going to have what's called 4 cleanse days a month. And I'll explain what that is in a minute. But a shake day, you're going to wake up, you're going to drink this stuff called Ionic Supreme. It helps to balance your cortisol levels, helps to protect your body from stress, which is huge. We know high cortisol levels cause weight gain, right?
Okay.
And then you're going to have your morning shake. And our shakes are so special, Steve. They have 242 different nutrients. You have your pre and probiotics, you have your vitamins, your minerals, and a perfect branch chain amino acid profile, which, by the way, our bodies need to make happy brain chemicals. So people say they just feel all around better on our system. There's no gluten, no soy, no sucrose, no artificial sweeteners. And what I love, because I am very sensitive with autoimmune, is every single ingredient in the shake they test, so there's no herbicide, pesticide, fungicide, microbes, or heavy metals. And you would be surprised how many shakes out there they're not doing quality control like our company has. And that's huge. And it's actually done by 2 third-party companies. So the shake is absolutely amazing, and it's very filling. And you're a guy, so I would recommend our Isoline Pro, which has 36 grams of protein. So you will feel full, and it tastes like an amazing milkshake.
Mm.
And it comes in chocolate, vanilla, strawberry. So you have different flavors to choose from. But so you take your morning shake then, and I like them just blended with ice and water. And then you'll take your AM pack of vitamins. Our vitamins are not just regular vitamin and minerals. They have adaptogens, antioxidants, and something called telomere support. Do you know what telomere support is?
No, I have no idea.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm not going to go too much into depth, but as we age, our cells divide, those chromosomes shorten and fray, and that's the aging process. And what these telomere support does is it supplies nutrition to these telomeres to put a stronger end cap at the end of these chromosomes to help elongate them and strengthen them. And seriously, it is the latest and greatest in anti-aging
Oh, wow.
nutrition. And what's funny is I actually look younger than when I started, but I tease the gal all the time that put me on it that she has a coffin in her closet because she's 60 and she looks like she's 40 years old.
Oh, wow.
Right? And there's
Right.
actually companies that are charging, oh my gosh, in excess of around $600 just for telomere support. and it's not as good. And ours comes right in our vitamins. So they really truly are different. They're very absorbable. You take the vitamins and you can feel it in your bloodstream in like 30 minutes and you are ready, rearing to go. So
All natural. All
all
natural.
natural. Yep. There's no chemicals. There's no stimulants, nothing. And, you know, you're out there traveling for work. So you can't, you know, it's hard when you take that dip in energy during the
Yeah.
day, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Yeah, especially different time zones and
Yeah.
it's rough.
Brutal. What do you do for a living, Steve?
So I work on in the insurance industry.
Oh, cool. So you're in sales, really, right?
Yeah, so not so much sales. I do more of the claims. So people have accidents, I
Okay.
deal with them.
Oh, okay. Okay. But we can give you all so much energy when you're out there running around. And what's really cool is our products can come in packets, so you can take them. They're really easy to travel with.
Oh, nice.
It's so easy. And I don't know about you, but when we travel, it's really easy to get that junk food because you're in some city, you're hungry, you need to eat. You can have a packet, carry it around with you in a shaker cup, and you can have an instant meal everywhere you go. You know that it's going to be healthy. You know that it's going to be satisfying and working towards your goal. So that's a really cool thing.
Nice.
But so after your AM pack, a couple hours later, you're going to have a snack. You can have one of the snacks that comes in the system. There's so many snacks options. You'll love them. So we make it really easy and supply your snacks. And then let's say you choose to eat your lunch. Now this system's really flexible. So you're going to get to choose which which meal that you want to shake and which one you want to eat, but you're going to replace 2 meals with one of our shakes. So let's say you eat your lunch. It should be around 600 calories.
Okay.
I tell people I go do half your plate green leafy vegetables, a quarter a lean protein like chicken or fish, and then the other quarter a healthy carb like say a sweet potato. And if you're traveling, just try to do the best you can with more simple foods. Because when you eat too much processed stuff, it's hard to know what kind of calories you're eating, right?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, you never know sometimes.
Yeah. And so after lunch, and I forgot, after your breakfast, you're going to take another supplement called Natural Accelerator. And it's not what it sounds like. There's no chemicals or stimulants. All it is nutrition to get your metabolism up and going again. It has cayenne pepper, cinnamon, green tea extract, apple cider vinegar, everything that you've ever heard Dr. Oz tell you should take that helps.
Right. It's in that one pill.
Yes. So
Okay.
you take one of those after your breakfast and one after lunch. And then, so after your lunch, couple hours later, you're going to have another snack. Then you're going to have your dinner. Let's say you have your shake. Right after your shake, your PM pack of vitamins. And this is where you're going to love it because they come in little tear packs, so they're total travel worthy. So nice. Can just tear open your AM pack and tear open your PM pack. You don't have 50 bottles of God knows what, and you're trying to
mix in wrong pills.
You have your own vitamin formulator. So that's really cool. And then right before bed, you take 2 Isoflush. And Isoflush is 100% of your needed magnesium, so it will help with sleep. But it also has something called bentonite clay, which helps to pull heavy metals out of the body. So as you can see, their supplements are serious. And the reason why we sell it in systems, every one is just as important as the other, and they all work interchangeably with each other. And so it sounds like a lot. It isn't, because once you've done one day, you're like, oh, well, that was easy. It really is easy.
Nice. And the flexibility is nice, different meal. So I don't have to have it like just at dinner. I could, if I'm traveling, be able to do it at a different meal time. So that's good.
Exactly. And what I love too about our shakes is because it's a full macronutrient meal replacement, so you get your fats, carbs, and proteins all formulated perfectly. And it's also low in sugar. There is no sucrose or artificial sweeteners or in our shake. It's only natural fruit sweetener that's in there because there's fruits in there, and only enough like 1/2 an apple. So it's low glycemic. We actually have diabetics drinking our shake. So, people who pay attention to their sugars, an onion has more natural sugar than our shake.
Wow.
So that's
So
it. Yeah.
if you're drinking the shake 2 times a day, so how does it taste? Like I'm kind
It's
of a
so
picky
good.
eater, so how are they?
I know. I was too. You know what? I feel when I have a shake, I feel like I'm drinking something that's really naughty for me.
Okay.
That's how good they taste, right? They taste amazing. So that's a biggie, because if something doesn't taste good, you're not going to drink it.
No, right, exactly.
Yeah. So I've never had anyone complain. Actually, I've put hundreds of people on the program. I've only once had someone complain, and it was actually my sister. She said it tastes funny. And I told her, and what I learned is you can detox off the tongue. So some people, if they're really acidic, so in essence, I was calling my sister toxic. So, but she loved it. It took about 10 days, and she goes, "These taste amazing." And I go, "I know they do." So no, everybody loves our shakes.
Okay.
And then we're gonna start you once a week. So we're gonna do 7 shake days together. And then on that, say 8th day, we'll cleanse you. And here's what you're gonna do on your cleanse. You're gonna wake up, you drink everything and take all your supplements, except you do not drink any shake, and you're not gonna have regular food. You're gonna drink something else for your calories called Cleanse for Life. It's the heart of the aloe vera plant, not the skin or the leaves, and herbs that assist the body in a deep, deep cellular cleanse. And then you are going to have approved snacks. So you are eating just a little amounts throughout the day to balance your blood sugars. But day 1 of a cleanse, we're going to cleanse your liver. And you're about a 20% fat burn. And then day 2, if you can do 2 days, if you can't, we'll start with 1. It took me a month or 2 before I could work up to 2 days together. But if you can, there's even more power behind it, because day 2, you're cleansing all your other organs. You're at an 80% fat burn, but something else magical happens on that 2nd day, and that is your own body starts to produce human growth hormone, which is amazing for cellular rejuvenation, anti-aging, all that good stuff that, as we get more seasoned in our age, we need to worry about those things, right?
That's right. Good way to put it. More seasoned. I like that.
Yeah. But you only do 4 of those a month, and we'll do it as I don't want you to worry about it. Trust me, it's easy. Once you have like 7 days of those 2 shakes a day, those cleanse days will be so easy. You'll be like, wow, cool, I did it. And you'll feel good, and you'll actually have energy on that cleanse day.
So with the cleanse days though, right, it sounds like you're probably not traveling too much because of all the stuff that's being cleansed out of your body. Is that how that feels? Or
oh no, it's not a poopy cleanse. It's a cellular cleanse. So you may have to urinate more, but you're not going to have a bowel disturbance. How's
Gotcha.
that?
There you go. Makes sense.
So it's gentle, and you can, I sometimes I prefer cleansing while I'm working and I'm really active, because then your mind's taken up
thinking about it. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
So let me ask you this, Steve. If you were to replace 2 of your current meals with one of our shakes, which 2 meals would you be replacing?
I would probably most days replace breakfast and lunch.
Okay. Very cool. And what are you normally eating for breakfast?
Normally, maybe a bowl of oatmeal, or depending on the day, if I'm traveling, maybe a McDonald's meal or something.
Okay. And what about lunch?
Again, depends if I'm traveling. But I try to, most time I'll be eating out for lunch. So it's hard to say whatever's around and whatever's available, I guess.
All right, all right. So let me ask you this. From what you're telling me that you're eating, you're spending about I would say $15 to $20 a day now on your snacks and food.
Oh yeah.
Do you take any supplements now, Steve?
I don't. No. I get to pay a lot for my wife for the whole foods and veggies that she chooses to do, but not me. She's costing me the money. I'm just blowing it at the restaurants.
Oh, awesome, awesome. What about, do you go to Starbucks at all or anything?
Oh yeah, yeah. Usually probably once every other day.
Once every other day. And see, what do you normally order at Starbucks? Just curious.
Yeah, just a large venti, or what is it, venti caramel macchiato or something like that.
Okay. Ooh, okay. Okay. Well, no judging here. Okay. I don't judge people on what you're eating. What I'm trying to determine is where are we starting from, as well as what you're spending on those 2 meals. So right now you're probably spending close to I would say $25 a day. Would you say that's about right on those 2 meals?
Probably, since you put it that way, yeah.
Yeah.
That's probably right, yeah.
Yeah. So you'll actually save money being on our system, Steve, because it's only $20 a day, and we replace those 2 meals, you get your snacks. You're going to actually save money because instead of paying the restaurants or the supermarket, you're just going to pay Isogenics for your food. And you're going to get a lot more nutrition for the money. Seriously, one shake is like eating 30 fruits and vegetables, or preparing like 2 huge platefuls of organic food. So,
Oh, wow.
yeah, so you're going to really save a lot of money and feel good and look good, and that's the best part, right?
That's a goal, I guess. But wow, so it's $20 a day, which makes sense. I mean, it's a little bit, it's obviously less. I guess I'm not thinking about how much I'm spending a day, but
Yeah, this is not on top of your current budget. It comes out of you. Look, either way, you got to eat, right? It's
right.
only $3 a meal. And it's not that every month, Steve. This is just your initial pack. So your
Okay.
initial pack is $20 a day. But next month, you just continue to order the products that you want to use. You can spend whatever you want. What I will be doing though is setting you up with your own back-end wholesale ordering system. And to be able to set it up, I have to put a product in there. So I usually put like a bare bones system in there. And then in a couple of weeks, when you and I talk and kind of go over your progress, we decide what other products you may want to add in there. So you can spend whatever you want. So it's just your initial month. And some of the products will actually last you longer than a month. It just depends.
Okay.
And the other cool thing is, I know after a couple of weeks, you're going to be like, Kimberly, what is in this stuff? It is the best thing ever. So what's really cool is this company is so special. It wants our products to be affordable for everyone. So they actually have a program where you could get your products paid for.
Oh, really?
Yeah. When I started, I had my hubby and my mom do it with me. My husband felt amazing. He didn't need to lose weight, but plays hockey. So he was like, wow, seriously, I'm skating better. I feel better. I'm like, yeah. But my mom, she's 80. She lost 40 pounds. And the doctor was like, wow, keep doing whatever you're doing, Lori. And she just looks amazing and feels better. So what's really cool is you can bless 2 of your friends or family. And you know why I like that is because it gives you an instant support system. So, I mean, I'm going to be here for you. I'm your coach. We have our product page where we're educating you and also coaching you. But for me to be able to set you up with a little messenger group, like with a couple of your buddies, let's get a couple of your buddies on board and have them join you. And then you guys can kind of have a contest who loses the most.
Right. That'd be good. I guess. So like, I guess for me, one of the things that, I like options, right? So I like having different options. I like having, I don't want to do the same thing, eat the same thing every single day. So, I mean, are there options with the program, or is it just, hey, you're going to drink this shake every day, you're going to take this kind of snack every day? I mean, how does that?
Oh no, there's tons of options. We have full meal replacement bars, which come in your system. So you can have a whole bar as a meal or half a bar as a snack. We've got lots of different snacks. We have, greens. You get a green powder that's like whole vegetables. A lot of people don't eat enough vegetables, but you can add a scoop to water or a scoop to your shake, whatever you like. That comes with the system. You get shots, which are healthy vitamin and mineral shots that you can take during the day if you have a lull, especially for when you're first starting, your first week. You can have an initial toxin dump into your bloodstream. So you could have a couple of days. Most people have no symptoms, but you could have a couple of days where you feel a little more tired. You might get a mild headache, maybe not a little nausea. People are always complaining though. They're like, I didn't feel that. Is it working? I'm like, yes, it's working. But I mean, it really depends. I find that the older we are, the more toxin load, or if you were struggling with a health issue, you would have more probability. But you're not going to experience that probably. But if you do, I just have you power through and drink some water because your body is releasing nasty toxins, So these shots are great on cleanse days too. And then we have the whey thins, which if, you say you claim you like to eat junk food. Okay. Well, the whey thins will give you that, it'll suffice that chip and cracker urge. So you feel like you're eating chips, but you're not. It's actually high protein, healthy snack. So it's kind of weird, but everything we make is infused with nutrition. You even get a box of our Isa Delight chocolates, and they're like, seriously, they're infused with trace minerals, green tea extract, which helps with hunger. But you can have a healthy little chocolate, and they come in all these different flavors. So do the chips and the shakes. So you won't get tired. You won't get tired. And when you see everything that it comes with, the value pack is what I put about 98% of the people I enroll on. It's the same pack I started on, and I want you to have the same results as I did. So I recommend that pack to everybody. And you get a $25 coupon too off on your next order.
Oh, wow. Okay. So let me ask this. So like if I wanted to talk, you mentioned your husband joined and your mother, I think. So if I wanted my wife to join, I mean, she is totally whole foods, fruits and vegetables. That's it. So like, would there be benefit for her to be on this program too, or?
Yes, and what you need to tell her, she can look this up. There is a study by the University of Texas, Austin, their biochem department, and they studied the top 40 fruits and vegetables, and it showed significant loss in nutrition. So even if we know we're doing everything we possibly can, I mean, I eat clean and green too. But when you have even the American Medical Association now coming out and saying, hey, you got to supplement your diet, they know what's going on. We don't have as much minerals in our food. So where do we get it from? We have to supplement anymore. And I always, if somebody wonders that, I go on the internet, go read the study yourself. It's kind of alarming, but we have a solution for it, right? And so.
Okay. That's kind of scary that the stuff we're eating is just that much different in that short a period of time.
It is. And that's why the system was invented, to help supplement your diet, a clean green diet, you know, a healthy diet. And so when we get you to your goal weight of losing that 100 pounds, Steve, we have a management program. So you can just have one shake a day or two if you want, like it's totally flexible, to maintain your weight. And what I do is I utilize those shakes. So like this last Christmas, I totally pigged out, not gonna lie, and I ate too much, and I gained a little weight. But what I love is I know how to lose weight now, and I can use it and behave, do my shakes, and I've lost all the weight that I allowed myself to gain. And that's just me. I want to, during the holidays, I wanna eat treats, you know.
Right.
Can't eat gluten, but I want to eat treats, and so that's what I do.
Nice. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. And the other thing too is they put our system up against the Heart Healthy Diet, and we smoked it not only in the participants in their weight loss, but the isogenics participants kept the weight off longer.
Oh wow. See, that's the big thing, right? So
Yeah.
it's like, you know, not being on the program the rest of my life, but also, I mean, sounds like that people actually like it to where they'll stay on it just for the benefits, I guess.
Oh, I've been putting this nutrition in my body for almost 5 years. I can tell you I will never be off of it. I mean, it just, my quality of life is so much better. And I'll tell you what, I have never been on vitamins before where if I forgot to take them, my body reminded me, because that's how much better I feel with the vitamins. Like, it's that noticeable.
Wow.
Pretty cool, huh?
Definitely. Yeah.
So, so what do you think, Steve? Can we go ahead and get you enrolled in the system?
Yeah, I mean, I think that cost thing really for me is the stumbling block. I know you said I pay for it already, but it's like, you know, that's a big amount, right? So, but you said it was only one time, and then after that,
Yeah, it's only one time, and truthfully, you are already spending that money. You know what I mean? It's just okay. You are paying for it up front, but in the end, you're going to save money. I mean, I would pay up front if I knew I was going to save more at the end of the month.
Yeah, that's true.
Right?
Yep, absolutely.
Like $3 a meal, and then you choose what you control it. I just set it all up for you. And how good is it going to feel to lose that 100 pounds? And something else you're not considering is it is expensive to be sick. And every 10 pounds of weight on our bodies put an enormous load on our heart muscle. And so this is actually part of my medical plan, if you will. I have medical insurance, but this is my way of watching my weight and staying healthy.
Makes sense.
Right?
Yep, absolutely.
So it takes about 4 to 5 business days for you to get your system. And then once you get it, what I do is I have you take everything out of the box with a black Sharpie, and then I walk you through everything again. You'll see you have a few more products in there. Absolutely amazing. And then we start. And then I also have you take a picture of just your face, of your full front, side, and back, because you're going to want to see your transformation. It's truly amazing. There'll be a tape measure in your pack, and then you need to make sure to take your measurements. And I'll tell you why. When I started the system, it took my first 4 months, I lost 40 pounds, but then I had a couple of months where I didn't seem to lose any weight. And I was like, what the heck? But I knew my pants weren't fitting. Without changing my weight, I lost 2 pant sizes. Because what happens is you're going to gain lean muscle mass on this system. And I went to my naturopath before I started. So I stepped on one of those scales that does your lean muscle mass and all that. I gained 5 pounds of lean muscle mass before my doctor cleared me to go to the gym.
Oh, wow. Just for being on the program.
Just from being on the program, because that's how depleted our bodies are. And what's going to happen, Steve, is you're going to start having all this energy like crazy, and you're going to want to feel like working your body. You're going to want to feel like going out, getting moving. If you have one of your shakes within 20 minutes after your workout, all that nutrition goes straight to your muscles, and you will get more, you'll see more results from your gym time. Because
Oh, wow.
in shape is like 80% nutrition, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So where are we shipping this to?
Well, I can give you my home address.
Okay, there we go.
All right.
I go, please, no more objections. That's awesome, but I won't make you give me all that.
Cool. Thank you.
Yeah, so good. So that's you know, everybody has their own style. Some people may call that verbally vomiting on the customer. I don't, because if I'm going to spend $600, I want to know what I'm taking, and I want to know the value of it. And if you're starting out with Isogenics and you feel new, like you're new with some of these things, take notes and have your notes, have an outline during the call. And did you notice during that call how many times I repeated Steve's name so he knew I was listening? Also, did you know that I repeatedly talked about his goals and that he travels for work and we have something for travel, that he has a problem with junk food and we have something for junk food, that he needs to lose weight, and all the wonderful ways and why it works. So we covered all of his challenges, and we handled each objection as they came up. And you never get flustered by objections. When I get lots of objections, I know they're interested enough to spar with me, to ask, like, well, you know, what about this, or what about that? And they want to be on the system, and they want to believe what you are telling them because they want a solution. And so you just got to educate them and talk from the heart, and take notes. And if you could see all my notes from my discussion with him, because I keep these in a notebook and I write down his name and what have you, so that, let's say he didn't just enroll, then I can go back when I follow up and I can talk about the details of what we talked about. Like, hey, how's it going, Steve? Have you had any luck with your weight loss? And are you still craving that icky junk food? You know, then you can kind of reiterate to them their challenges again. And so thank you for being my guinea pig.
No problem. You're welcome.
I appreciate it. Do you remember some of that from when we talked and before you enrolled on your value pack?
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, some of those questions were legitimately like what I had. And then of course others were things brought up, but yeah. For sure.
Yep. And then also, sometimes I will talk, well, I did talk about the business, but Steve actually enrolled. He got his wife a value pack and his daughter a value pack, and he became a consultant right when he enrolled. So it's important not to be timid to talk about the business, because, hey, look, he wants to get his wife and his daughter healthy. And if he can get them both on a value pack, he gets $500 back. So that pays for almost one of them. So it's better for him, rather than him enrolling his wife on a 30-day and the daughter on a 30-day. That's actually going to cost him more money. So that is why it's so important when you share the value pack with him, that you explain why the two people need to do value packs, because he's gonna be able to get them more product for less money than if they each did a 30-day system. So it's important to kind of walk them through and explain that, so that so that when he shares, he's now going to share value packs. And I didn't need to discuss the other packs with him because I was already addressing his price point. But let's say he got to the very end and he said, gosh, Kim, I would really love to do this, but there is just no way that I can afford it. There's no way. There's just no way. Pause, let them think, because sometimes they'll talk to themselves, but I do want to get all the products. Okay, I tell you what, I'm going to do it. And at that point, then I may say, hey, we have a 30-day money back guarantee, and I will save that for last as a last thing to help in a situation. So I have other tools and things. It's sales, guys. What can I say? But it gives me one more level of response for him. And so that's what I would have said. And then if you paused and you let them talk out loud and it's just not even going to happen, and they really, truly, honestly cannot do the value pack, then talk about the premium pack. If they can't do that, then talk about the 30-day. I don't go in when someone says, well, I really don't have any money. Everybody has money. Everyone can find money. They're going to have to eat. Whether they buy our system or not, they're going to have to eat. Would you rather them eating something healthy or continuing down the road that they're doing that's making them sick? I would rather them eat healthy. So that is why I always lead with that value pack, and then I go down from there. Rather than if I went in on a forever pack, first of all, I was talking to someone at corporate. There's no evidence that has a better retention rate. So that isn't happening. They initially thought maybe that was happening, but it isn't. The highest retention rate is still the value pack, and that is the one we should be leading with. And if you feel like it is too expensive and you're all hung up on the cost for you, you're going to transfer that over to the customer. I don't have any attachment to the money, and I have no attachment to the outcome. If Steve told me, well, Kim, I'm going to think about it, I'd be like, okay, cool. Is there a question you had that I didn't answer? No, but I just need to sit on it. Okay, no problem, Steve. I'm totally cool with that. When would you like for me to follow up with you? And then I allow him to tell me when I'm going to follow up, and I put it in my calendar and I follow up on that day. And I don't get attached to whether he enrolls or not. I do care because I want him to get better, but I'm not thinking, our job is to educate them. You don't really have to sell. If you sell anything, then you won't sell, because all I did is educate him and explain the process, show I cared. I know his name. I repeated his name. I knew his objections, and I paid attention and I took notes and I listened. But then once I got educated, he had to listen to me, and I kind of took control so that I could get him educated as fast as I can, so that I'm building the quality of the value pack. Because if I cut out all that stuff that I talked about, I haven't built the value of the value pack. So you have to educate them the value of the value pack and practice it and take notes and have a guideline for yourself. Does anybody have any questions? I know that was a lot to listen to, and you've probably said it yourselves 50,000 times, some of you, but did anyone have any questions or comments, or something you think I should have done that I didn't do? Or, I'm totally open to hearing. So anything?
I'm excited to hear their questions. So guys, I'll let you guys have a moment to think about your questions. But Kimberly, I love that I got to watch you in action in person and then hear this. And great job, Steve, by the way. Excellent. But you have a very standard set of questions. and a very standard set of comments to make sure that you hit. So it's like this outline. I don't know if you have this outline written down or in your head at this point, but it was really great to be able to witness that. It was just asking the same exact thing to each person based on what their answers or their questions and involvement is.
Yeah.
You're just going through a checklist.
It's just finding out, you're finding all about them, and you don't talk and you just listen. And then you use all of that data to address specifically customized to them. So not all of my calls are the same. If I was talking to someone really sick with autoimmune, it would be a different conversation. But because Steve doesn't have any health issues, I didn't get into my background and how ill I was, because I didn't need to. If it was an athlete, I'm not going to get into how sick I was, because I don't need to, because it's not relevant to them, and they don't care about you. What they care about is your knowledge. They want to learn about the system and how it's going to help them. Now, if it was a really sick person, I'd be telling them my full sick story and what Isagenix did for me, but I'm never saying it heals, treats, or prevents anything. We never want to do that. But I have been told that I can say it was instrumental to my recovery. And that verbiage is acceptable. So yeah. So if anybody else?
All right, questions. Do you guys have any questions? That was just great information. Would love to know those questions. I have a question for Steve. So your wife is Whole Foods and fruits and vegetables, but she also started the program with you. How is she doing, and how does she feel about it?
Yeah. So in fairness, she's not really whole foods and vegetables. I made that up.
Okay.
But she's doing really good on the
Awesome.
program. She's doing really good on the
Excellent.
program.
Excellent. And so just as our knowledge, just to put it out there, because you have your entire family doing this, your wife and your son and you, are you finding that it's easier for you to do this all together versus just you doing it by yourself? Are you talking about foods differently? Do you feel like you gained some bonds?
Oh yeah, for sure. I think, so it's my daughter, she's 17. And so, no, you're fine. So it's definitely been, very helpful. Right. So my wife and I, we will, try to do the same cleanse days. We battled through the first 4 days together. We were encouraging with each other, and we kind of hold each other accountable even when I'm on the road traveling. So, it's really good. And then, from my daughter's perspective, she's just following the family. So it's helpful.
Great. That's so good. I mean, so many of us have our families on it, but many people don't start that way with just getting everybody involved. So
Yeah.
big kudos to you for doing it right away with everybody and just making it your family lifestyle.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yes.
I want to ask a question. Kimberly, do you do this? Let's see. This is when you're enrolling someone, but if you're going to invite them to then do the business, this is a lot that they're going to feel like they have to learn.
Okay. I have, anybody that I enroll, I mentor, and I'm on their calls with them, and as long as they need me until they learn it, and then they do their own calls, and they do well, because they're able to, you hear it so much that you're able to do it. But no, I haven't found that it deterred anybody. I found that maybe they wanted me on more calls with them. But then they got it and they're like, okay, I'm good.
Okay.
But that's what we're supposed, three-way calls are amazing. You know what I mean? And why they feel good is they're like, oh, good, she's going to do my call for me. Oh, she's going to do my call. All I have to do is get somebody invited. And before they know it, they're hearing me yap and yap and yap. They're probably sick of me yapping, but but then it becomes second nature to them. And if you train them to lead with the value pack, they're going to lead with the value pack. If they're trained to lead with a 30-day or forever pack, they're going to lead with that. And it's doing everybody a disservice, you know. But when that was starting to happen, I just kind of, I didn't say anything about it. And I just said, whoa, well, I can't go that route, because you'll find doing this system, it's not that there's right or wrongs. You find what works for you. So I listen to all the ISA trainers, and then I do what works for me. And what works for me may not work for somebody else. But at least if you hear it, then you know, okay, well, that works for Kimberly, and that works for Stephanie, and that works for Patsy, and here's my mojo. I'm going to stay in my own corner, and I'm going to do what works for me. So find what works for you, and don't be intimidated. But as you hear it, write down. What I do is I write down, and I will send, I write down sales bullets of things like, telling somebody you drink Ionic Supreme in the morning. Okay, well, they don't know what Ionic Supreme is. They don't know what it does. But when you tell them just a little bit, that it balances your cortisol, because they know cortisol, and helps to protect you from stress, well, now they want it, right? So you have to kind of talk about the benefit of each product. I mean, I go a little bit in, the only thing really I do detailed is I say the 4 ingredients in the natural accelerator, because each one of those ingredients people know and they are taking anyway. Apple cider vinegar, everyone, their dog's drinking that. Cayenne pepper, people know peppers are healthy, you know, so that's why. And I like it because it took a term that looked like it was going to be chemical and diet pill speed. Like, you think natural accelerator, to me, I would think, oh my God, that's some hideous diet pill that speeds you up, right? And I explained that it's all just nutrition and there's nothing bad in it at all. And they're like, oh, okay. So it kind of follows that if they do read out on the internet and somebody posts more untruths, and they say there's chemicals and stimulants in our system, I would diffuse that in my whole presentation. Same with the sugar, it was diffused. Same with whether our products had gluten, because I read somebody said our shakes had gluten. I'm like, what? I'm violently allergic to gluten. They don't have gluten. You know what I mean? So if you can at any time in your conversation with them, if you can address the objection before they ask, you will always win and have a much higher probability of closing that person that you're talking to. So don't wait till they bring it up. Just handle it, right? Like the cost thing that I do that whether they ask me about the cost or not. I never change. That is the one thing I ask. What 2 meals are you going to replace? I cost it out for them. And then by the time I already had his objection addressed and proven that it isn't going to be expensive for him, that he's going to save money. So he can't come back and say, well, Kim, that's too expensive. Now he did. He was being naughty, Steve. He was coming back and fighting me a little. And I go, oh, crap. He's going to make it hard. But because you address that before it even comes up, it's usually like I usually have a smooth call and then an enrollment at the end. And unless they honestly can't afford it, and then I embrace them, because a lot of people will go, oh, they can't afford it. Okay, all right, bye-bye. No, I go, you know what? Look at the financial opportunity to help somebody get out of their hole, right? Then I go, oh my gosh, well then you need to hear about the business. I'm actually a business trainer with Isogenics. I say that, of course we all are, right? But I'm like, I'm actually a business trainer with Isogenics. I would love, honey, to help you earn the money to get your pack. It's not difficult. Are you allergic to working? No. I go, well, if you give me some time, we'll get you sharing and you can get your pack paid for. And I've trained people before they even bought a pack how to do the business. And they do a post on their wall and they get all excited and people respond. And now they're sticking them in the group and now we're getting on calls. And you know what? If somebody really works that hard and they get 2 or 3 people who want to enroll, heck, help them enroll, right?
Right.
Right? It's, so that's so embrace those people. And, if it ends up being that they're using that as an excuse, you'll know right away because they'll go, oh, well, no, I'm not a salesperson. I always go, good, neither am I. I'm passionate. This helped me. This system, this phenomenal for me. And I want you to have the same experience. And I make an incredible income from home, and you can too on your phone. And they go, really? I'm like, yeah. And you start getting them to get excited that they have the probability of getting out of where they're at, where they're struggling financially, and you start showing them, hey, you know what, this is totally possible, and I'm here with you, I'll help you, and we'll do it together. And now they feel loved, they know you care about them, and they're actually thinking, you know what, I don't know what it is, but you know what, maybe I should. Right?
Well, you're very good. I said you make me want to enroll, but I'm already enrolled.
I'll enroll you, Connie. I'm just kidding.
Thank you, Kimberly. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Does anybody else have any more questions? It's 8, so I know
I had a comment, Kimberly, if that was okay.
Yeah. Hi,
I
Aaron.
just want, hi, how you doing?
Good.
I just want to say that I like the interviewing process. That's something that I think I kind of have skipped, or I think I've skipped a lot of those questions when I've enrolled people, and that's probably part of the reason why I don't get a second or third order, because I don't have a lot of information with them. And I liked how you did it. I liked how when you were asking about his diet, like what you eat for breakfast and lunch, I didn't even think about the money part of it. I was just interested in his diet, and then you put a dollar amount to both those meals, and like you said, you kind of handled a rejection before it even came up by putting a dollar amount to it. So I just wanted to comment that I thought that was a great interview.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. When I was starting, I heard this tape by some guy in Canada about handling the cost objection, and that was from him. And I just thought, this is really good. And then I tried it, and at first it's kind of funky because you got to get used to it, but then you get it. The more you practice, the more it just comes totally natural. I don't even think about what I say anymore. I have it all memorized up here, but you do it enough and you present enough. And in the beginning, I was funky and awkward, just like everybody else was. I was like, oh, I'm a computer nerd. I'm not a health expert. And you work through all that funkiness and you keep practicing and you get better and better. And what more importantly, you get more comfortable and confident. And then that's what the prospect sees. Then you can have fun with them, joke with them, be like a human, not a robot. So I'm cracking jokes and saying blonde jokes or whatever, whatever you feel the person out, like have fun. They're a person and you're getting to know them, and people will buy from people they like. So you just be likable. And I know that if I'm in a grumpy mood, I won't do the call. I will go jump around, do a BIA, and then I'll do the call, and then I'll do a lot better.
Well, honestly, I thought it was very smooth. I thought when you brought up the food, I don't know, I was just kind of playing along with Steve. In my mind, I was just kind of answering your questions to myself, and my guard never once came up. And I was sincerely thinking about what do I have for breakfast, or what do I have for you know, and then when you kind of put a dollar amount to it, I was like, wow, that was a strong moment. That was a great move. So thank you.
Good, you're welcome. Thank you. Anybody else?
Kimberly, it's Renee.
Hi, honey.
Hi, I have just one quick question. I've been doing isogenics for a year, as you know, and I've also been eating for my blood type.
Yep.
And have you had any questions about that? Because I know like the natural accelerator, you know, it says the apple cider vinegar and the cayenne pepper. Well, for my blood type, I'm supposed to stay away from that stuff. Has anybody asked you like in relation to blood type or anything like that?
No.
No?
You
Okay.
know, here's the thing. I'm not a nutrition expert. I'm
Right.
not even like an athlete. I'm a middle-aged woman, menopausal woman, okay? You don't have to be a product expert, and you don't have to be a nutrition expert, and you don't need to be a fitness expert. You just talk about what it's done for you. And if those inquiries come up, like if somebody asks me something that I don't know, I'll go Google it and I'll look it up. If they ask me, well, what's in your blah, 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 I have no idea. I will go look it up. I don't memorize every single ingredient, but no. And I think that what I've learned with my own health and stuff, everybody has something that they're teaching, and it always ends up either what works for somebody doesn't work for somebody else, or you know, this person, now it's keto, and then it's going to be this, and then it's going to be this, and then it's only plant-based, then it's no, you got to have meats. I mean, I get so flipping confused, I don't even know what to eat anymore. So no, I just talk about what I know, which is the isogenic stuff, you know. And if they want a meal thing, I have a meal thing that Will did from Isogenics on like what to eat. That's really cool. And then a workout that he gave that I put up, but you know, no.
Thank you.
Sorry, I can't help on that one.
No, no worries.
Anybody else? Okay, guys. Well, thanks for hopping on. Steph, did you want to close or anything, or we'll just let them go?
All right, well, thank you. Thank you, Kimberly, for that, because I think that really opened up people's eyes and ears of how to just ask questions, how to talk to people, how to listen, take notes. And if you guys want the new customer checklist, you know, it's not new, but they call it the new associate checklist. It goes over some of those questions. So grab that, have that in front of you, and maybe highlight the questions you for sure want to ask your potential customers. And then you have that checklist in front of you, and you can just go bam, bam, bam. So thank you, Steve. Thank you, Kimberly, so much for all of that information. And as always, thank you guys for being on our call tonight. We really appreciate you guys being here.
Thank you, Steve, for being guinea pig.
No problem. Thanks, everybody.
Yeah, thank you,
Thank you,
everybody. Have a
Kimberly.
great night.
Thanks, guys. Have a
Thank
good
you.
night. Thanks for coming on.
Bye.
Bye.